Hey everyone, welcome back to Atom Excel. And this time I'm going to show you a different type of pivotable, filterable P&L. This is a P&L with slicers. And it kind of does a similar kind of effect, but visually it's a little bit nicer, I would say, with being able to filter using the slicer because people are a little bit more familiar with this view. So essentially what it is you have a P&L. This is just a very simple one I created. And then you have filters, and I just clicked Europe and it updated all the numbers to the Europe P&L. And I clicked Q1 here, and it updates all the numbers to Q1. Unfilter to get everything. You click a specific month, and so on. So it's pretty great. Like a CFO would love this, VPs would love this, your general directors will love this, or whoever. Controllers would appreciate this type of stuff. This is going to be great for you and for your career just because it gives uh, your reporting another level of really simplicity because it makes things a lot simpler. So let's get to it. I'm going to start off actually just deleting kind of all of these numbers in here just so we can start from scratch. And I don't want to, I'll show you how to create this using the GetPivot formula, which is what I used, and include the slicers in here as well. So let's get started. So here we got kind of our template P&L, and I'm going to actually delete all these slicers just so I'm not cheating. And we have a pivot table tab. I'm going to delete that as well and recreate it. Okay, so here we are. We have our data set. So this has our region, year, scenario with actuals or forecast. It has the month of the year, the GL kind of data. It has sales or expenses, the value, and then it has quarters. So what I'm going to do here is start with the data. We're going to do a pivot table. I'm going to create a pivot, put it into a new tab. I'll call this tab pivot. I guess pivot already exists in my file, so I'll do pivot dot. And I got a pivot table here. So in the filters, I'm going to put region, I'm going to put month, I'm going to drag in quarters because these are what I want the slicers to be made of. I want the slicers to be on region, quarter, and month. Then I'm going to pull in everything else I need into the rows. So I got year, scenario, and all I need is level 2 detail because that's the lowest level. I'll call it the GL level. And then I'm going to put the dollars into the value section just like you would in most pivots. Now I got this report here and I got this pivot. So what I'm going to do here is actually we're going to create the slicers on this tab. So I'm going to insert the slicer. So you click insert slicer and you select all the filters you want. So I want region. If you can't see my screen or the view pop up, I'm clicking region, month, and quarter and clicking OK, and it's going to spit out these filters, which is awesome. So I got all these right here. These are the slicers. So I'm going to go back to the P&L tab because I want to put in the numbers here and show you kind of how to fill in the P&L so that it works with the slicers. Let me take a step back here just because I want to show you that what happens is when I click North America on the slicers, it updates the filters. So you can see the numbers changing as I press month. When I click Q2, the numbers change. So that's what the slicers are doing. It's just updating the pivot. So in this report, I'm going to use the GetPivot function. You could also technically use SUMIFs if you want because it is all in one column, but I like the GetPivot. It's a lot quicker and faster, and I recommend you would use it too over the SUMIFs formula just because this is what its purpose is for. So I'm going to basically click on any of the lowest level cells in the pivot table, delete the word fulfillment because I'm trying to select marketplace. I'm going to lock that in place. Boom. Now I got marketplace data. I'm going to make sure we're selecting actuals. we were selecting actuals, which is fine. I'm just going to make it more dynamic. Boom, now it's linked to actuals. And I'm going to update the year 2022 to make it 2023 and make sure it is able to drag across as well. So now I got all my numbers in here. I'm just copying and pasting the formula down with the GetPivot. I also have a video on how to write GetPivots as well, so feel free to check that out if you're interested. So here we go. Another way to do this, instead of just copying them all cell by cell, is I could just take the whole column obviously and do it here. And there we are, we have our P&L. So we're almost done, guys. All I have to do is get these pivots in the right spot. So I'm just copying all these over. You could paste them into this tab. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to format it maybe a little bit differently. Put it, here we go. Get this North America one a little shorter, the regions. Put quarter up here, just to make it look a little cleaner. You got, you could format it however you want, but if I wanted, maybe I want all the years, just months listed out. So now I could click Europe and the numbers in my report update. You press Q2 and the numbers update, just like we saw in the pivot, because it's linked. And you could send this report out, as your monthly P&L. This is great. It's in a professional view with filters, and that's what slicers are all about. So thanks for watching. I'm Adam, Excel, and that's the wrap.